Greetings everybody and welcome back to Wager Talk TV. This is Pavlos here to break down another match for the World Cup Qualifiers on Tuesday. You can find all my free plays at wt.buzz/pl, both in written form and in video form. We have discounted passes for soccer, all access passes for 3, 7, 30, 90 and 365 days. The more you buy, the more you earn, the more you save. And of course, if you buy a yearly pass, you'll get all my 2026 World Cup plays, all the 5% releases, not just from the World Cup, but from other leagues as well. You know I love summers. We made, I think, close to plus 300 units in the last 3 summers alone. I know these competitions. We got the MLS, we got the Copa Libertadores, Copa Sudamericana, Liga MX, Leagues Cup, we got Brazil, Argentina. I know these leagues, guys. If you see my track record over the last 3 summers or 4, it's been pretty impressive. So we're gonna make a lot of money in this World Cup, hopefully. So yeah, head over to my page. You'll find all the subs, all the premium plays, and all the free plays, both in written and video form. Onwards to our free play. We got Kosovo versus Turkey, Tuesday, 2:45 p.m. Eastern. Kosovo are plus 220 to qualify. Turkey are minus 265, and I found no value in backing Turkey here. In fact, I might take a piece of Kosovo to qualify at plus 210. As for regulation, Kosovo are plus 315 underdogs at home. The draw is at plus 260, and Turkey minus 115 favorites on the road. The spread is set at half a goal. The total is set at 2.5. I'm gonna start off by laughing at myself a little bit here because I took the under 2 goals in Kosovo's match versus Slovakia last week, and it was one of my worst reads in quite a while because the game finished with 7 goals. Now, bear with me here. Judging by the outcome, this was a pretty bad pick. But looking back at the results by both teams and their profiles, I would probably bet the under again. That was like a huge exception to how these two teams operate. So, and of course, Kosovo were on the road, and you know, the minute in the first 5 minutes, I immediately knew that our bet was dead because the teams were playing like madmen. They turned into prime Barcelona. They were up, down, up, down, up, down. And they're not used to playing like that. So anyway, now back home, Kosovo at Kosovo for this crucial game. And this Kosovo, they're underestimated by the books. And let me tell you, this is a very dangerous team. They have pretty decent units and cohesion as a whole. So this might not be such an easy match for Turkey as the odds suggest. Unless there's like an early card for Kosovo or some game-changing event like that, I don't think Turkey are going to have an easy night in Kosovo. Now, Kosovo, they're riding on a 6-match unbeaten streak, 4 wins, 2 draws. They've only lost to Switzerland and Romania in their last 15 competitive matches. They got 10 wins, 2 draws and 3 losses. And 2 of those 3 losses came on the road. So they rarely lose at home. And when they do, it's usually by a small margin. So Turkey, they had a seemingly easy night versus Romania. They won by a slim 1-0. They didn't open up. They didn't risk too much. They recorded just 2 shots on target and allowed just 6 shots overall with 0 on target to Romania. So I've been saying this for quite a while, especially since Turkey changed their coach to Montella, I believe. So Turkey's defense is a double-edged sword. They can either have the perfect game, keep a clean sheet, block all pathways to their own goal, or fall apart entirely. There is no in between. You never know which Turkey defense we're going to see on the pitch. So that being said, Kosovo is a team that I personally cannot get right. Maybe it's my personal bias because their national team has faced Greece on quite a few occasions, and they cut our path to the World Cup. They're always hard to play against. There's a certain pride and motivation for teams in such a position. So here's the thing. Kosovo are on the brink of their first ever World Cup since being recognized as a nation, and since their national team played their first competitive match, which was very early, like less than a decade ago. In 2017, this team played their first competitive match as a new nation. So I know these guys, they have proud for their homeland, they have pride for themselves. And whenever you see such an underdog at the brink of their first ever World Cup, the hand cannot easily go against them. That's all I'm saying. I mean, there's a certain pride and motivation for a team in such a position, and I wouldn't be surprised if they joined the other 4 teams who will make their World Cup debut this summer, who are Cape Verde, Curacao, Uzbekistan, and Jordan. So, I mean, that minus 265 on Turkey to qualify, yeah, it's really hard to go against this Turkey. They also have a strong generation of players. They have experience. They have, the firepower. But again, if Kosovo somehow bag the first goal, it's gonna be park the bus, start smacking everybody in the mouth, a lot of cards. Although, I was looking to bet on the cards here, but here's the thing. Kosovo is like 93% Muslim. So, and Turkey, they're never aggressive against fellow Muslim countries. They're always aggressive against the Christians or whatever. And I don't want to make this political or religious or whatever, but whenever you want to bet on cards, you also have to take that into consideration. So, I don't know where to go with cards, so I'm leaving it aside. But all I'm saying is that if Kosovo somehow scored the first goal, expect them to park the bus, put 5 in the defense, 4 in front of the defense, and maybe just one guy up front who's probably going to be Muriki trying to just do something. But yeah, I don't like the odds on Turkey. In fact, 3 of the 4 European matches in these qualifiers have big numbers on the home side to qualify, right? Kosovo are plus 210 to qualify. The Czech Republic plus 181 to qualify, Bosnia plus 360 to qualify. I'm telling you right now, I don't think that all the away sides who are big favorites are going to qualify. I think at least one of them is going to stumble. Maybe it's Turkey, I do not know, but Kosovo, they have a lot to play for, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did it. So this is one of the matches where it's pretty hard for me to predict, so I'm going to get a decent, like mid to big number. I'm gonna take Kosovo plus 210 to qualify. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, I mean, if this breakdown helps somebody like bet this game or not bet this game, hopefully it does. But for me, I'm gonna get a big number, see if it sticks. So the play here is Kosovo to qualify plus 210. I'd bet this to maybe plus 190, but that's it. So again, reminder to like and subscribe to our channel, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about this breakdown and about this match and about these qualifiers altogether. I have 3 more free play videos for Tuesday's matches, 2 in Europe and 2 in the Interconfederation playoffs. We got Iraq versus Bolivia, and we got the Democratic Republic of Congo versus Jamaica versus Jamaica. So yeah, head over to wt.buzz/pl. I have my free plays there, both in written form, in video form. I got my premium plays there. We got discounts in soccer, 3 days, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, 365 days. I mean, you buy what you can and what you want. Just I wanted to remind you that we got club soccer coming back this weekend. Then we got the quarterfinals of the Champions League, of the Europa League, of the Conference League. So we're entering the final third, let's say, of the European season. There is a lot of exciting matches. Yeah, just get a 7-day, 30-day, 90-day, whatever you can afford and whatever you like. You can find all this at wt.buzz/pl. Good luck. God bless.